Hey, I became a Christian when I was 8 years old, and I grew up in a Christian home. And I went to church and youth group, and was pretty obedient, pretty good kid. And I thought I was a strong Christian, and maybe I was, but I just never really had anything to challenge me. And then when I was a senior in high school, I started dating this guy, and he did something really bad to me. And even though I was 17, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't understand what happened, and so he had to explain it to me. And so once I did understand, then I was really mad at him, of course, and mad at myself because I felt like how could I not know? And I was really mad at God because I felt like He let this happen to me. And so that was pretty much the trigger for when I started really just going downhill and changing. And so I was just angry and filled with hate. And so I told my friend what happened, and she said, "Oh, just come party with me. If you get drunk enough, you'll forget about it." And so I started partying a little, and that just caused a bunch more problems for me. And so at this time, I was pretending to be a Christian because I still went to church and youth group and acted like a really good Christian because I knew how to act. And because I was afraid of people judging me, for what I was doing or what I was really like. And so I just acted like a Christian for this time, and then I was going to go to a Christian college. And so I told myself, oh, I'll just do whatever I want for a year and a half until I go. And once I do go, then I'll go back to how I was and just revert back to my old self and be fine again, no problems, no residual effects, which is, of course, not true. And so then when I went to college, I went to one last party, and it was just a huge wake up call for me. It was awful. And so I just wished for death, and I hated myself. I hated life. There was just nothing good for me, I felt. And so then I started getting discipled by someone who'd had a history kind of like mine. And so it was really nice to relate to someone and see that you can change. And so then I started going to church again and kind of went crazy highlighting my Bible. And because I found all these verses that just applied to me and really helped me. And then I changed schools because the one I was going to didn't have my major. They just had the prerequisites for it. So I started going to church with my roommate, but I didn't like it. I felt it was boring, and so I felt like my spiritual life was getting stagnant. And so then I just stopped going to church and stopped reading my Bible and kind of got back into my old lifestyle and pretending again. And then I had another wake up call, and I just realized that I was not happy in life. That's not what I want to do. There's nothing positive about it. It was just not fulfilling. And so I started going to Cru, which is Campus Crusade for Christ, and I started getting discipled there, going to Bible study and church again, and reading my Bible, and so that's why my word now is rising, because kind of like how pizza dough rises, you have to wait for it. Same with me, and so it's a day by day process. It takes time. I'm never going to be perfect, but I at least know what I want to do, what I want to act like, what I want to be, and I'm finally happy again. Like, it's just so much better to actually live like I want to live, not like I thought I did. And so it's just a lot better to live in the way that I actually want to instead of the way I thought I did. It's much more fulfilling.